In the recent years, we've seen a several-fold increase in the number of hair transplant surgeries that are done in India. Now, people from the Western countries are opting for India as their favored destination for their hair restoration. And it is due to several reasons. For example, the increasing cost in their own countries for such procedures that India has become a global hub for hair restoration. In this video, we shall be looking at the reasons why India is being opted for as the favored destination for hair transplant by people from other countries. The first reason for India becoming a hot destination for hair transplant surgery is the quality of surgeons that are available in India is really at par with the world's best, and that ensures that your surgery is carried out safely, and at the same time it ensures a great result from your procedure. The advanced technology that we use for our hair transplant surgeries ensures that you have less pain during your surgery with less scarring and great results from your surgery. Since hair transplant is a surgical procedure, hygiene and sterility are paramount in the safety of this procedure, and it is ensured that both these hygiene and sterility are very strictly followed by protocol during your procedure. Now, when we consider getting your hair transplant surgery here in India with a qualified surgeon at a facility which is hygienic and sterile and ensures the best possible result, it is possible at a much lower cost when you compare it from the Western countries versus India. Now let us look at what constitutes the cost of a hair transplant surgery. The first thing that we look at is the area of baldness. So typically any balding patch will have a requirement of grafts. So for example, when we look at the crown area, if we need to cover the crown area in a decent manner, then roughly about 2000 to 2500 grafts will be needed. Similarly, if we are looking at the temporal area, then roughly around 1700 to 1900 grafts are needed. So this all in all will constitute the number of grafts, and that will basically calculate the cost of your procedure. Now the second thing to look at is the donor area. So some people have very sparse donor area in the scalp, and then we may need to take hair from the other areas, for example the beard or sometimes even the body. So the more number of donor areas that are involved will of course increase the cost of your procedure. The technique followed in the hair transplant surgery is also important, and that also constitutes the cost of the procedure. So for example, if you're opting for an FUE or FUT, that will have different costs. I've made videos on FUT and FUE as a procedure in detail. You can take a look at those videos as well. Now usually hair transplant is done under local anesthesia, but there are some patients who may require an IV sedation. And not all centers are equipped for IV sedation, but ours is a surgical facility and we have the facility of IV sedation in the hair transplant cases as well. So if you choose to do your surgery with IV sedation, then obviously the cost will be different from a surgery done under local anesthesia. Usually hair transplant is practiced as a daycare procedure and patients do not need to stay in the facility overnight. But if you choose to do so, then again, you will have an extra cost added to your procedure for this. Now, since patients are coming from far and wide to get their procedures done here in India, I've seen that many of my patients have also planned their travel around the country to make the best use of their stay here. But what I would recommend is that do all that tour and travel before your procedure and keep the last few weeks to recuperate from your procedure so that you're not having any complications and you're ensuring best results for yourself. If you're thinking about having a hair transplant in India, then you can forward us your pictures for the first assessment. My team will help you align an online consult with me, and we can have the first consult so that we can take this forward. I've made a detailed video on how you can plan your hair transplant journey here at SB Aesthetics. If you have any questions related to hair transplant, then you can drop them in the comment box below and I shall be very happy to answer them. We've made several videos on hair transplant and hair care. You can also watch them on our channel SB Trichology. Do subscribe to the channel and keep the notification bell on so that you can get notifications for the new videos. If you like the information in the video, then do not forget to like and share it.